Hello everybody, this will be my UFC 303 best bets and full card breakdown. We're going to start off in the bantamweight division. Kicking off the night is Ricky Simon versus Vinicius Oliveira. USA versus Brazil. Ricky is a favorite. Let's go to Google and see their records. Ricky Simon is 20-5 and Vinicius Oliveira is 20-3. Let's start with the underdog. He won his last fight via TKO in round 3 against Bernardo Sopage. And that's his only fight in the UFC. The other one was cancelled, from what I'm seeing here. And then we have, not Anthony Smith, no. Sorry. Then we have Ricky Simon. Did he fight in 2024? He did in January. He lost to Mauro Batista. Then back in 2023, he lost via TKO to Song Yadong. And his last win was in 2022 against Jack Shore, which was a good win because Jack Shore was, I think, undefeated at that time. So he is on a 2-fight skid. You know, the 2-fight skids are always scary because you make that, if you lose that third one, you have a chance to be cut. It's very tough. I'm going to go Ricky Simon by a unanimous decision. All right, up to the next. There's no odds for this one on the UFC website, but it's Ray Teixeira versus Carlos Hernandez in the flyweight division. Japan versus United States of America. Let's pull up the Google information. The Japanese guy is 9-0, and Carlos Hernandez is 9-3. Carlos Hernandez has fought in 2023 for the promotion. He was 1-2. He lost by submission earlier in the year, won by decision, and then lost by TKO from Tatsuro Taira, another Japanese guy. It's not looking good. 1 win and 4 if he loses this fight. Let's go over to Rai Tsusira. Is his first fight? Nope. It's his. Yeah, no, it is his first fight. His other one got cancelled, and that was Delitze versus Amamov. Damn. And they must have high hopes for this guy. I'm too bothered. Like, I'm not bothered to go look up his like Sherdog or whatever, like his previous fight. I'm just gonna go. He's gonna stay undefeated, 10-0 against Carlos Hernandez. I don't even know if he's a submission artist. What's his technique? I'll just say by decision. Over to the heavyweight division. Andrei Arlovsky, the legend, versus Martin Budai. Arlovsky is a underdog. And I think this is pretty quick. I think Martin Budai, you know, he's won a couple fights in the UFC. Yeah, so in 2023 early, he won a decision against Jake Collier, but Jake Collier is not good competition. Then he won a submission round one against Josh Parisian, who was in the Ultimate Fighter, who I don't think is in the promotion anymore. And then he lost his last fight, December of last year, versus Shamil Gaziev via TKO. You know, it's 2-3. He's not under the under the knife of being like cut, 6'4", 77-inch reach. He is a big boy, very big boy. And RJ Arlovsky is no slouch either. But I'm gonna go with Martin Budai here. Unfortunately, I would love for Andre to get another win. I think Andrei Arlovsky is on like a fight streak. Or did he lose his last one? He lost his last one via decision. But like in 2023, he lost that one too. What? Bro, I thought he was winning. He has 2 wins in the last 5 fights, and they were by decision. It's not looking good for Andre. We hope that he wins, but he's looking like he's losing decisions here. At this point, you know, he has such a good chin. I wouldn't say he's going to get knocked out. He could get a submission, but I'm going to go with Martin Budai here, another decision. We got Michelle Waterson Gomez versus Jillian Robertson in the strawweight division of the women's. Canada represent. Slight favorite for Jillian. We're gonna look at their Google. I know Michelle Waterson is just, uh, still in the early prelims. Wow. Michelle Waterson, 2023, she lost TKO Marina Rodriguez and then lost via decision to Luana Pinheiro. And she lost to Amanda Lemos. Like, these are no slouches. Like, Amanda Lemos fought for the title. Marina Rodriguez fought for the title. Or is she about to fight for the title. 2021, she lost to Marina Rodriguez again. Did she fight her twice? She fought her twice. She won her last fight in fucking 2020 pandemic prime against Angela Hill. She lost to Carla Esparza too, who's a champion. So she's like, she lost to good fighters, right? But Jillian Robertson, she's got that submission threat. She beat Poliana Vieira via TKO in January, which is a surprise. Then she beat before that she lost to Tabitha Ricci, but then she beat Piera Rodriguez. 2022 she was 1-1 as well. She beat Agapova, but then lost to JJ Aldrich earlier that year. It's like it's 50-50 fighter here. Like Jillian Robertson, she wins one, she loses one, she wins one, she loses one. Poliana Viana win is a pretty good win, and I'm gonna favor the Canadian here. I'm Canadian, obviously. Michelle Waterson might give up a submission here. I think Jillian's gonna take it by submission. Pretty confident in that one. Over to the prelims. No longer on the early prelims. The prelims kicking off at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right? Yes. It is going to be Peyton Talbot, 8-0, versus Yanis Gamori in the bantamweight division. Whoa, that's a big favorite. Peyton is a $1,600 favorite against Yanis Gamori. Is it his debut? Why is he such a heavy favorite? Please tell me. Please tell me. Please tell me. Please tell me. He lost via TKO to William Gomes. Canceled. Man, that's a heavy favorite here. Let's look at his Sherdog. 12-2, 29. Well, that's harsh. That's very harsh, man. It's his second fight in the UFC, but he was winning by TKO decision splits. Okay, I see. It must be short notice for this guy, like really short notice. How is he such a major underdog? Charles Jourdain is on this fight too. Peyton Talbot, 8-0. He beat Cameron. Oh, that's a good win. He beat Simon by TKO. That's a good win right there. South Africa represent. And then he won by submission. Okay, there's high hopes for this guy in the bantamweight division. I see. I'll just go with the odds here and favor Peyton Talbot. I don't know what fight finish would be decision. Charles Jourdain versus John Silva, and it's pretty much a pick 'em. Charles Jourdain is a slight favorite. Canada represent. Let's pull up Charles Jourdain. Jean Silva. He is 27. He won his last fight via round 1 KO TKO. Weston Wilson. Let's pull up not his ESPN. We don't want his ESPN. Oh, sure. He beat Viejos, Dana White's Contender Series. Oh, he's on a 6-fight winning streak here. Damn. But honestly, we know Charles Jourdain. We know his heights that he wants to achieve. If he doesn't win this fight, I don't know, man. I don't know. 5-7. He's gonna be a freaking 50-50 fighter soon here. He lost his last fight to Sean Woodson, who's an absolute giant, via decision. He won via decision. He won via submission. 2022, he was what? He was 1-2, and he got an Ilia Topuria fight canceled. He lost to Nathaniel Wood via decision, lost to Shane Burgos via decision, and he won via round 1 submission against Lando Venata, but Lando Venata's past his prime. Honestly, I'm going to favor Charles Jourdain, and let's hope for a finish, but it's probably a decision. All right, over to the featherweight. Staying in the featherweight division, Cub Swanson versus Andre Fili. Now that's an all-American OG fight right there. Cub Swanson versus Andre Fili. Touchy Fili. Let's go. Damn, this is a tough one to call. You know, I think they're around the same age, even though Andre Fili came into the game super, super young. Like, how old is Andre Fili? 34. Oh, my lord, never mind. Cub is like, he's touched the 40s. Cubby. All right, Andre Fili, I think he won his last fight. Nope. I have not been paying attention. He lost via TKO round 1, and then he won via TKO round 1. Lost in this Daniel Wood. He won via decision. He lost. He's doing 50-50, 50-50. 50. Okay, Cub Swanson won his last fight for sure. I know that because he would have retired. See, yeah, he beat Akeem Dawodu, who is also Canadian. Then he lost Jonathan Martinez, who was on a streak back then, and then he won via TKO round 1s. Oh no, he lost. Sorry, Jakatse. So you know, it's like same with Andre Fili. You know, 50-50 fighter. You know, it's it's a pick'em here. What's the odds here? Yeah, it's pretty much a pick'em. Favorites to Andre Fili. Honestly, you know, let's give Cub Swanson a W on his way out. I think this is his final fight. He should retire. Let's hope for a Cub Swanson win. All right, over to the middleweight division. Joe Pyfer, who is really good guy, really good, top notch, against Marc-Andre Barriault, another Canadian. They really stacked this card with Canadians here, eh? Joe Pyfer is a favorite, and considerably so. You know, Marc-Andre Barriault is, 50-50 fighter. Like, I think this freaking card is filled with 50-50 fighters here. We'll pull up his record here. 16-7. He loses this fight. He's a 50-50 fighter. He lost to Chris Curtis in his last outing. And then in 2023, he had a couple council fight against Michel Pereira. He won a decision, and he won a TKO against Julian Marquez. That's a good win. Then in 2022, he lost to Anthony Hernandez via submission, which is no slouch. Anthony Hernandez is a good fighter. Then he won by submission against Jordan Wright, but I don't think Jordan Wright's still in the division. And Jiri Chukwunani, he lost via TKO. So he's a 50-50 fighter. It's pretty much evident by his record. We're going to pull up Joe Pyfer. I think Joe Pyfer lost his last fight. That's right. He lost to Jack Shermanson in the Bright Lights. At the main event. And then he won via submission. He was very active in 2023, and then he won by TKO. He's taking a long break against Marc-Andre. I think Joe Pyfer's got this. I'm pretty confident in this fight. Marc-Andre, he could get the one-punch knockout here, but I think Joe Pyfer has a good chin. I'm gonna go for Joe Pyfer here. It's it's a good, it's a safe bet. And opening up the main card on pay-per-view, it's Ian Machado Kageri fighting against MVP Michael Venom Page, welterweight bout. The odds are not on the website, so we're going to pull up the Google odds here. Are there Google odds? There's no odds here. Whatever. All right, Machado Gary, 14-0. Michael Venom Page is 22-2. Ian made him sound like he's a bum. He is a bum, but like, come on, he's only lost 2 fights. Like, give him a break. He won his last fight against Kevin Holland via decision. It is his second fight in the promotion. We know Ian Gary. We know his resume. They're a bunch of fucking farmers, but we're going to pull him up anyways. His last fight against Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal was sick. We're not going to even believe in that. He was injured. Neil Magny was not in his head, proper mindset. So these are a bunch of bums. Darian Week, bum. Gabe Green, bum. I'm not trying to offend, but like, let's be real. Jordan Williams, who is that guy? So, Ian Gary had a good win against Jeff Neal, but I think Jeff Neal was sick or injured. I'm not sure in that fight. And, it's like, we want Ian Gary to win because we want like the villain to win. But it would be amazing if MVP can just give a spinning knockout kick to Ian Gary's chin, back of the head, and just knock him out good. All right, I'm going to go with Ian Machado Gary, and I'll take him by submission. But we're hoping for MVP win. All right, moving on to the women's side of the bantamweight bout. Maya Bueno Silva, Kinder Surprise. Kinder is a favorite against Macy Chiasson. And honestly, I would put some money on Macy, like $10-20, because Macy is like a 50-50 fighter. It's the highlight of this freaking card here, 50-50 fighters. We're going to pull up Macy Chiasson. She's only lost 3 fights. She won against Pani Kinsad in 2024, who is also an Ultimate Fighter alumni, or should I say alumnus. She had a canceled bout in 2023. She didn't fight all of 2023, probably doing her transition. And Macy Chiasson, she won a decision against Norma Dumont, which is a good win. But she lost to Irene Adana via TKO round 3. But back then, in 2022, Irene Adana was on a streak. Then she fought for the title, and she literally put up an egg. Yeah, like many would favorite Maya Bueno Silva because she is a favorite considerably, but I would put some money on Macy Chiasson. I'm gonna go for the underdog here. We're gonna go for Macy Chiasson via decision. Moving over to the leading into the co-main, it is Anthony Smith versus Roman Dolidze in the light heavyweight division. There's no odds here. It's a short notice fight for Anthony Smith. Roman Dolidze, I think, was scheduled against someone else. Let's pull it up. But I don't have faith in Anthony Smith. He's 35. Oh, they're both 35. Wow. I guess Roman Dolidze is a late bloomer in the promotion here. He lost his last fight against Amamov. Interesting. And that was a main event. That's right. He lost to Marvin Vettori. He's on a 2-fight skid, eh? Holy moly, he's on a 2-fight skid. But he was 3-0 in 2022. Damn, he's on the chopping block for sure. He's got to win this fight. You know, Anthony Smith could knock him out of the promotion here. But yeah, my faith is in Roman Dolidze. I think he's going to be a considerable favorite on the betting sites. Yeah, I would take it by. Honestly, I think a TKO could honestly happen here. But yeah, moving over to the co-main featherweight division, Brian T. City Ortega versus Diego Lopez the Cutie Pie. It is a pick'em pretty much. Slight favor for Diego Lopez. Honestly, for this pick'em, I would put some money on T City. You know, I think they're both good at submissions. You know, I think Diego Lopez is a coach. Brian Ortega is a coach. You know, honestly, it's a tough fight to call. You know, one's Mexican, one's Brazilian. You know, Mexican and American, you know what I mean? But just for the shits and gigs, I'd put it on T City. Just a win. Just a straight money line for T City. I would do like a $30 bet on that. And yeah, moving over to the main event in the light heavyweight division, it is champion Alexpereira versus Jiri Prochazka. It is pretty much a pick'em, but more favorite toward Alex, obviously. Deservedly so. He won the first fight. But I don't think Jiri was in a good mindset in that fight. So fortunate loss. Czech Republic versus Brazil. Number 1 versus champion. You know, I love Jiri because I have the UFC Prism debut boxes and he has his rookie cards in there. So just for my own benefit, I would really hope if Jiri could recapture the title and set up a third, you know, rubber match between Alex and himself. So I don't even have to look at the fights because we know what has happened recently. Yuri's last fight was a loss to the aforementioned champion here. Oh no, never mind. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. He won against Alexander Rakic. Yeah, 2023. Okay, at least he got a bounce back win. He beat Glover, yeah, to get the title. Yeah, it's a tough fight to call here, man. My heart says Jiri, but my mind says Alex. We'll see how it plays out. Tough fight to bet on. I would not bet on that fight. I would just watch and enjoy. So yeah, that is it. That is my breakdown of Pereira vs. Prochazka UFC 303 Ultimate Fight Week, Saturday, June 29th, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight is the weigh-ins as well as UFC X, where Michael Rubin is rematching Dana White, who was undefeated in the Fanatics UFC Fanatics Live trading cards, you know, head to head 1v1. I look forward to that. I'm actually going to tune in, but I got work at that time, but it is what it is. We'll watch the replay. Hopefully they have a replay. All right, thank you guys so much, and good luck, and see you on Saturday. I'll be live streaming after work, so tune in. I know the fight card starts at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but I'll be able to get on right at probably the prelims, 5 p.m., you know, so we can watch those wonderful prelims. Stay tuned, and thank you guys very much.